What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to our FNAF game ranking tier list. So, in the last episode, we ranked the first 5 games, and today we'll be ranking 6 Ultimate Custom Night, VR, and AR. So, with that being said, we already know the rules from the last episode, but just if you need a reminder, these are all just my opinions, so please don't get angry at me in the comments. Because the first episode did so well, I'm inclined to make this as fast as possible. Without further ado, let's just get straight into FNAF 6. Coming off the high notes of FNAF 5, this game took, I want to say, almost around a year to drop. Everyone thought it got canceled as a joke, and Scott released a random, game for the holidays or something. And when you clicked on it and opened it, it was an 8-bit, just an 8-bit minigame thing that turned out to be a troll game, and it was actually FNAF 6 or Pizzeria Simulator. So, because this game is so drastically different, I had to separate it into 3 categories. Section 1 is what I like to call the helpy segment / just being able to build and design your own pizzeria. Section 2 is the night gameplay. This is arguably the main focus of this game, as well as where the ending takes place, but we'll get to that later. Section 3 is the salvage. The salvage is where you have the option to go into a back alley and, salvage an animatronic, and if you don't want it, then you lose the money, and if you take it in, you have to do some checks on it, and you can die. And if you die, it gets loose in your pizzeria, and you don't really get any money. So, yeah. Okay, now getting the basics out of the way, we can actually move on to what I think about this game. There's 4 main animatronics as well as a lot in the pizza section, but we're not talking about that because I can make a full video on just those characters. So with these characters alone, the 4 main ones, we have all returning animatronics, but so drastically different that it feels refreshing and also tiresome. Yeah, so Springtrap's new design is very interesting. He looks like Jimmy Neutron on steroids, and personally, I don't like that. And I know a lot of people don't enjoy his design, and I'm gonna have to be one of them. I remember when I was younger, literally just looking at him made me hate Springtrap, which sucks because we love Springtrap. But now, of course, I'm not blinded by just personal hatred for design. Overall, it doesn't fit we don't understand how he looks like that, but it makes sense in the story because he got burned alive. So let's actually get to the game, please, because we're. But so this game, the 3 main characteristics that I already talked about are all very well used. But I do think the office gameplay is kind of boring. The fact you can't see the animatronics till you jump scare you, and the fact that their jump scares are so bad, just really does not help this game in any way, shape, or form. I personally think that this game has the weakest jump scares in the first 6 games because Ultimate Custom Night does have the worst jump scares, but that's not this. So, out of the first 6, this is definitely the least scare. Well, wouldn't say that. It has the worst jump scares. The tasks you have to do with the loud sounds and the vents, that's a really cool feature that was not used the best because you can't tell, you can see where the animatronics are, but I wish you could see them inside of the vents when you turn side to side. Also, I feel like the jump scares they used for the salvage section were so much better than the ones that we actually got in the main core gameplay. So I feel like for that reason, this game has to be taken down a certain peg from where it would be. And I will say the ending of this game is insane and should have genuinely been the end of the Afton story or just the end of FNAF, but they had to keep going. So this is an absolutely insane ending with a great speech at the end, and if I had time, I'd play it for you, but I don't want this whole video to be taken up just by that. So I think with everything I just mentioned, I'm going to give it a solid A tier. UCN. FNAF 7. Not really, though. Because FNAF 6 was FNAF Pizza Sim, and FNAF 5 was FNAF Sister Location, which by this logic means this is not the 7th game, or it's not marketed as the 7th game, but it is the 7th game. So, this is not, I'll say it, it's not a horror game. It's nowhere near a horror game. This is a strategic survival game, similar to FNAF 2, but on steroids. Again, there's a lot. Yeah, FNAF loves to reinvent itself on steroids. As you can see from the cast of over 50, which we got some bonus ones too, but yeah. So, because it's called Ultimate Custom Night, clearly you can customize what's going to attack you in the night. And I don't really want to dive into the lore of this game, but there is a lot of it, and it's kind of crazy. But I will say that this game, it has a lot of mechanics, and it's very stressful to play through, and that's an element to it that makes it fun. And this is probably the FNAF game I go back to the most to play because it's so unique, and there's just a lot of things you can do in it, but it does not feel like a FNAF game to me because there's no real FNAF-iness to it. So, really that's all I have to say. There's a lot of good mechanics in the game and really confusing mechanics and really bad mechanics that shape up to make an ugly masterpiece of a game that will go down in history for some of the things that happened while this game was first released, with the Dawko and Scott interview after Dawko beef was 50-20 mode, or yeah, I just couldn't say that for a second, and just stuff like that. So you just gotta love this game for that, and I think because of that I have to give it bottom of A tier, only for the fact that it's not very FNAF-y, but I love this game, so. FNAF VR. So, this is actually the most recent FNAF game I've played. I played it at my friend's house, I think 3 months back, and it was really fun. I used to be a big hater of this game. I don't know why, I actually can't remember. But I freaking love this game. So, it's a combination of the first 4 games as well as some of FNAF 5 put into like mini games and just stuff like that. And it's really fun. I mean, yeah. This segment isn't gonna be very long, but I do have a few glaring issues. The FNAF 4 minigames aren't really fun because it's like, why not just do the bedroom thing instead of kind of just using FNAF 5 characters and putting them there? It doesn't make a lot of sense. The original content is really cool, but I think the models for the characters look really goofy. And like watching the puppet slowly march to your office in FNAF 2 is so stupid. It looks really dumb, but yeah. Now, I will say one thing. The lore in this game is so unnecessary, it's not even funny. We could have just had a nice little game that ended up introducing a bunch of random characters and lore that completely throws out all continuity thus far. So that's nice. But besides that, this game is really fun, and I think a lot of care went into this game, and it was a very good start for the Steel Wool era of FNAF. And really, though, that's all I have to say. So, I guess we're done with this segment. I give FNAF VR a B tier, solely for the fact of how much I don't like the lore, and the models are goofy. That's pretty much it, but yeah. I'm sorry. If you genuinely think I was gonna be nice to this game, then I don't know. this game sucks. I've never liked this game. I've tried to force myself to like this game, but I never could because it sucks. It's horrible and it's trash. The key substance of this game is every week a new skin drops for an animatronic, puts them on screen, and you either get lucky or spend money. That's the entire game. You either just hope to get lucky or spend a butt ton of money trying to get good skins and stuff. And in the end, those skins do absolutely nothing. It's scuffed Pokemon Go. This game is awful. And the fact that right as it was getting good, when they were adding more things to it that, believe it or not, cost money to access, they just dropped the whole game. This game isn't well made. Well, it's polished, but it's not a fun game, and it's overall just not enjoyable to sit through. It's just not. So, with that being said, I have to give it like the worst tier by far. But it's E, yeah, E tier. That it's just trash. While looking back on the clips, I remembered how I said that I don't hate any of these games. Yeah, I kind of lied. I really hate AR, but yeah. So that's it for the video, guys. Yeah, we're gonna do a part 3 to finish up the rest of the games, and when Help Wanted 2 drops, I'll probably make a video on that. But yeah, so if you like this video, guys, just subscribe, please, because the last video did really good and I want this one to do just as good. So if you enjoyed it, just please subscribe, and see you in part 3.